There's a kind of love most people never talk about, not because it's rare, but because it's too vast for language. The Greeks call it agape, devotion, unconditional love, the kind of love that doesn't cling or demand. It simply is. It moves through you like a divine current, asking for nothing, yet rearranging everything. Agape isn't something you chase. It's something that happens to you when a deeper part of your soul wakes up. For me, that awakening came long before I understood what was happening. My heart cracked wide open not long after I met Sue. We'd been talking for about 6 weeks, just friends, just messages drifting back and forth like little lanterns between us. And yet one afternoon in the middle of a simple text conversation, my heart split wide open. It felt like a door inside me blew off its hinges. Not infatuation, not longing, not even desire, but something ancient, something holy, something so familiar it felt like coming home to a place I had never in this lifetime been. In that moment, I thought the love I felt was hers pouring into me. But what I didn't understand then was that it was my own love, my own soul, expanding so completely that I assumed it had to be coming from outside me. The veil does that, doesn't it? It obscures what is ours. It hides the divine within us until someone walks into our life who is bright enough to mirror it back. We didn't meet face to face for another 4 months, but my heart already belonged to her because in that instance, it became big enough to hold everything: grief, devotion, awe, wonder, and the aching recognition of a love that had nothing to do with conditions or roles or expectations. That was the first time I understood agape. Agape doesn't elevate you above life the way some spiritual teachings suggest. It doesn't require climbing a mountain or leaving the world behind. It requires the opposite, placing the sacred at the center of your very ordinary, very human life. Agape lived in the way I cared for her, in the midnight fears and the morning cups of coffee, in the quiet moments when grief later hollowed me out. And yet something remained steadfast, unbroken. Agape is a kind of love that changes your relationship with everything: your partner, your family, your grief, your sense of the divine. Because once your heart has been split open like that, you start seeing the sacred in places you never thought to look. In the way sunlight moves across a cluttered bench, in the wrinkles of a used mop, in dogs' toys left abandoned on the floor, in the tiniest flower on a weed, a whole universe hiding in something most people would pull out without a second glance. For a while I even photographed them, what I called the profane and the mundane, and I mentioned that in yesterday's message. The holiness inside the overlooked, the beauty in what the world discards. And every time I stopped the car because the landscape took my breath away, every time my heart froze in astonishment, that was agape too. This is the secret the archetype is pointing to today. Agape is not a repetition of awe. It is the source of awe. Awe is its echo, its fragrance, its overflow. Agape is what split my heart open that afternoon. It's what made my whole body vibrate in a way I had never experienced. It's what tethered me to Sue in a way that time cannot undo. It's what holds me now as I learn to live with the absence of her physicality and the presence of her essence. And it's what lives in you too. Not the kind of love you earn or perform or climb towards, but the kind that rises from the eternal inside you and recognizes itself everywhere. This is agape. And once you've touched it, once you've tasted it, you can never go back to the smallness you lived inside before. Whisper with me. May my heart open to the love that has always lived within me. May I recognize the divine in the ordinary. May I remember that agape is my true nature. And may this moment return me to the love that never leaves. Just sit with that a moment. Let that intention just settle into your cells, into your energy bodies. Feel it. Feel that tingle. If you need to rewind it and say it again and really feel into that tingle. And type below, I open my heart to the love that is already mine. I remember the divine that lives within me and around me. Agape is my essence. Type this below to anchor agape into your fields. You know, I'll always remember that feeling of my heart splitting wide open. It was like every cell in my body, every atom was vibrating higher. And it was a feeling of being one with absolutely everything, of not having edges. And it meant that I knew what she was feeling. I always knew exactly what she was feeling physically and emotionally. Because from that moment on, there was no distance between us, regardless of the distance. And that's what made her passing so hard for me. Because that moment of death, it severed. A part of me knew she was gone the moment she died. I remember turning around and looking at her and thinking, she's not breathing. Because that connection was severed. And that's what threw me into grief. Having to learn that connection outside of the physical. But we got there. And realizing that it's not coming from outside of you, that really is your own love pouring out of your heart, not something that's coming into you. It allows us to understand, to keep our own sovereignty so that we don't overgive, overshare, drop our boundaries too much. Because even in agape, there needs to be boundaries. I'll show you the card again. It's a star at either end and candles. So it really is about that fire being lit within, the little flame, the spark of the divine within, the awe and the wonder that lives within rather than without. And the green around it is definitely about heart energy. I want to thank you for joining me today. May you feel that feeling of agape. May you feel your heart split wide open with love for the all that is. And realize, like I do now, that it's not just for that one person who triggered it. It's for everything. Because we aren't just one person. It's not just me and just you. It's all one. You're all one. Have a beautiful, blessed day. I'll be back again tomorrow with another daily sacred soul message. Shalama.